Guys, this is Leah with JuLeah Designs. In today's tip video, I'm going to show you a cool feature in Opportunities that will allow you to keep your clients updated along the transaction. So what you can do is you can actually set up custom opportunity checklists within each stage of your opportunity pipeline here. So that'll automatically update on your transaction as you pull that transaction down your pipeline from cultivate, appointment, active, under contract, and our favorite, closed. And so as that opportunity goes down the pipeline, it'll automatically update to the checklist that you set. And when you check off an item on that checklist, you can actually set it up so that your agent gets an automated email with the items that you completed within the last 24 hours. So anything you check off, for example, if the listing is active and you have client updates set up for the checklist, things like adding the photos to the MLS, making it live in the MLS, putting the lockbox out or the sign in the yard. If you set those up as client updates, which I'm going to show you in just a moment here, then it will go ahead and notify your client via email the next day of all the tasks that you completed. I find this is a great way to A, keep your client up to date without having to send them emails back and forth, and two, it's a great way to show them how much you're actually doing for them. A lot of times I feel that the general public doesn't understand how much realtors truly do, and this gives them a taste of that automatically for you. All right, so to set this up, I am in the opportunities section of Command. So if you are not already in Command and would like to follow along, you can go to agent.kw.com and then click on the opportunities icon on the left-hand side. That'll be the icon that looks like a handshake. And of course, feel free to pause the video at any time, rewind it, so you can follow along with me as well. So opportunities icon on the left-hand side command menu. And what I'm going to do first is actually check on the settings. So you'll see a settings gear on the very top right of your opportunities tab. So I'll click on that settings gear. And that'll take you on over to the Opportunities Client Update settings. Now, depending on if you're on a team, you may have the team option as well as your personal tab. It kind of depends on the settings for your account if you're on a team, and then what your team settings are for this. However, only the Rainmaker is able to update the opportunity settings for the team. Just a heads up on that. All right, so I'm going to go on over to my name personally on the right-hand side. And you'll see right here, it does give you instructions on this as well. So if you ever circle back on this, you can get a greatanswers.kw.com article right from here. But to take you through this, this is telling you, okay, what time would this client update email send, right? All tasks from the past 24 hours will automatically send on a really nice looking email. And I'll show you what that looks like at, let's say, 11 a.m. It will send from the owner. Okay, and if you are on a team, just a heads up, the owner and the assignee would be the two different options here. Okay, owner would always be the Rainmaker in the case that you're on a team, and the assignee would be the agent working the opportunity. If you have any questions on that, feel free to drop it in the comments below. It gives you the option to send to the client and the co-client, so both the spouses on a transaction, both clients in this case. So we want to send it to both of them, and we also want to send it to the owner, talking about the opportunity owner, which we do. That's you, by the way. Unless you're on a team, then that's your Rainmaker, and you're the assignee. All right, so once we have those updated here, those settings, let's go on back to the Opportunities tab of Command. If you're still working on these settings, again, of course, feel free to pause the video. And then we're going to go on over to the Opportunities tab on the left-hand side to now activate this. Okay, so off default, this client updates is off for all of your opportunities. Okay, so just a heads up on that. So off default, you do have to manually actually come in and check or switch the toggle to turn on client updates for each transaction individually. So just a heads up, this is not something that will accidentally go out. You would have to actually turn this feature on. All right, so I'm going to navigate on over to the Opportunities tab. And on my pipeline, I'm going to select one of the opportunities that I have. Or I'm sorry, I'm going to go ahead and open up any phase of your opportunity pipeline. So any phase, I am going on the listing pipeline under the appointment phase. Okay, on the top right, you'll see the option to edit stages. So this is where it gives us the option to create checklists and select which checklist items notify your clients via email. So I'll click Edit Stages. So again, Edit Stages on the top right. That will take you on to your checklist for this opportunity stage. So the stage names right here are, you can see those listed out, and those are the default ones for Command. You can always update those with this pencil icon on the right hand side. All right, but where I'd like you to draw your attention for this tip video is the checklist. So let's say right here, I want to go ahead and add in checklist items for the prep for initial appointment option. I believe these were the original ones. If yours look different, I probably changed them at some point. But of course, again, pencil icon on the right side to change those to whatever you'd like them to be. But I'll go ahead and click on the amount of items in the checklist to make that actually display. If you haven't done this yet, there will most likely be nothing in your checklist. You do have to manually add these in. So whatever that might be that you need to prep for the appointment in this case. You know, printing listing forms, printing my listing presentation. Maybe I need to customize my listing presentation. Okay, whatever the case may be, right? You can have tasks on here that are for you internally, like that one. And then, you know, certain things, especially when it's going active, you might want your client to be aware of. Okay, so maybe that might be more in, you know, if it's live or pre-qual call, you know, this would be a great thing to add to the checklist that mortgage provider has pre-approval complete. All right, so then the idea is, now that we add this checklist item and click Save, and you can reorder these, if you go ahead and check the option for client update, you'll see this mail icon appear, and that does indicate that off default, this task would be a client update. Again, you have to turn this on per transaction, per opportunity, so I'll show you what that looks like. But again, we're adding that in and clicking client update, and you will see that indicated with that icon here, the envelope. And we'll click Save. All right, so now to show you what it looks like, this is the last phase of this tip video here on what you'll need to do to actually activate this feature. And that is, we need to go ahead and activate that for each individual transaction. The reason being, you don't want that to accidentally go out. So you do need to go in and do that for each transaction. Super easy though, just a couple clicks here. I'm going back to my opportunities pipeline here, handshake icon on the left-hand side. I'll go ahead and click on any one of my phases where I have an opportunity. So I'm just navigating to an opportunity. And you'll notice that on each one of your opportunity cards here, it does say client updates off. So pretty obvious, that big red dot. So you can see which ones are off or on off default. So I can go ahead and click on any of these opportunities to switch that on real quick. So go ahead and click on the opportunity name. You'll see on the top right, it says client updates off, but I can go ahead and click on the client updates option on the top right here. So the button that says client updates to actually turn that on. So again, all I did there, if I lost anyone, I just clicked on an opportunity name to open that up. So just open up one of your opportunities. You'll click that client update button on the top right. And we just need to go ahead and switch the toggle to turn that on. Okay, you'll see the default settings that we had set up for at the beginning of this tip video on these client update settings. So you'll see the time that goes out. You can override that here. So if you'd rather go out at a different time, these settings would override your auto settings in command for this that we did at the beginning. At the bottom here, it'll show who's being sent to. You can check or uncheck anyone, so you can see the seller, the assignee and owner of the opportunity. If you're on a team, that would be different. You can even add a contact to receive this. All right, and here's the cool thing. You can preview it. So just to show you what this looks like, we'll click on preview. And it does pull the information from your marketing profile, so your command marketing profile. If you need a tip on how to update that further, feel free to drop that in the comments. But it will automatically pull in your logo, your headshot, and contact information. And this is what it looks like, where it has those checklist items here. It will automatically, again, include all of this information at the bottom. It pulls that from the command marketing profile, including your app. All right, but this right here, this picture, if this is a listing opportunity, it would go ahead and if you have the listing linked to the opportunity, it would automatically show the listing name and also the listing photo. So that will really customize it further for you automatically. So this is a preview. It looks pretty cool. So once I go ahead and click Save Changes on the bottom right, it'll activate that for this specific transaction only. All right, guys, if you have any questions on that, if you have any requests for next tip videos, maybe you want to see a little more about a feature you saw in today's tip video, please feel free to go ahead and drop that in the comments, and make sure to subscribe to our channel. Every Tuesday we will have fresh new tech tips, and on Thursdays we'll be featuring a awesome command tip every week. I hope this helped, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care, guys.